Good morning. Y'all, we live on 3 different streaming sites right now, so we about to see how this go. Oh, wow. So if I don't get to everybody, just be with me because it's a lot going on right here. Hey, y'all, it is a lot going on. I ain't even lying. It's 4 screens. I got YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Hello, we about to see. I'm going to try it. I don't know how this about to work, though. I don't. I think I need to scoop everything over just a little bit this way. Hey, y'all. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that says anything about they've been looking for me, I'm going to ignore you because you ain't been looking for me because I put a post on TikTok about us being blocked until today. And y'all already know where y'all can find us. So I'm not answering. I'm going to look at it and roll my eyes. I'm telling you right now. Good morning, Auntie. You was just watching yesterday's Zoom. It was pretty good. And then I had to get off. Good morning. It was pretty good, I think. It was. Good morning, everybody. I love y'all. hmm Good morning. I'm going to wait till everybody get in here. So we got Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So I'm going to be doing like this all day, I guess. I said I ain't going to keep on treating Instagram like the little stepchild. I ain't going to keep doing y'all like that because y'all be over here. So you missed it. Well, you can go back and watch it always. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So I see they're blocking me, like they're shadow banning me on all my social media. All the names are the same, Trova Circle all the way through, or CERCA Trova. Everything that I have. Also, I gotta say this, y'all. Hello. Thank you so much. Love you too. I gotta say this. If you are requesting help, let y'all in on a little secret. Assistance needs to go to Tat Not Place. You guys need to get familiar with the website. Go to the website. Because when I go to help folks, I'm not going to CERCA Trova to look for that. I go to CERCA Trova Books to send out books, and I go to Tat Not Place for help. So if you are not getting a reply, it's because you're not following directions. I got 1,000 emails that I have to read, and if you don't pay attention, then that ain't my problem, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. You don't have to send me no big old long letter. You show me the bill that you want us to help you assist. We cannot pay your full rent. People send us $100, $50, $1.76. So if we are able to give you a couple $100 on whatever your bill is, that's what we're able to do. We don't got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to pay people's bills every month. We don't have that. We can give you something to try to help get it down. But also, folks ask, they get the help, and then there's another part of it. You have to send us your receipt showing that you paid that. Because we are a 501c nonprofit organization. So for my banking records, which I do keep tight hold on, you have got to send that receipt saying you paid it for our records. We have to have that. Okay? And we can only give so much because 350, 250, 500, 600, I mean, not 5 or 6, but that adds up very quickly. So if we only got this certain amount in there, we can only help who we can help. But I try to divide it up. If I got 5 people that ask for help, we can't pay everybody stuff. So I try to shoot everybody something so that they bill is down. Okay? We don't get no money from the government. This is people that are in our community that pay their tithes here or send a little extra cash to help people get books, to help people. So we don't have all that. We're not getting no money from the government. This is people in our community that send in money to help people. And I pray that you're not on no funny stuff because these are hardworking people. Some of these people don't work. God bless them with a little bit and they pay their $5, $10 worth of tithes here. And we do what the church is supposed to do with the church's money, and we give it back to the community, to the people that are in need. But there is documentation that we need if we're going to help you. That's right. That's right. And we do give it out every single, since we started just about, for real, for real. Every single month we have helped people. And that makes me excited. We going on 2 years of being philanthropists. Who knew? I hope y'all got that on y'all resume. Y'all got that on y'all resume? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate it. You tired of me losing this one. Look, I know where it is right now. I know where it is. It's right here. I know where it is. I'm gonna put it back. I'm trying, girl. But I just want y'all to understand, we do not care about helping people. We do what we can, but you have to follow the necessary steps so that you can get help. One, which is emailing the right email, because I got a ton of them, y'all. I got emails from the website. I got emails from here. I got emails. It's so much. I don't always have time to just go and read this big old long paragraph. I don't. And that's why I be asking y'all not to send them. Hey, I fell on hard times. This is my bill. Can you guys assist with something? And that's it. But these 2 page, I don't have time to do that. And I'm not even trying to be mean or nothing. It's not that y'all stories are not important to me. But if we got 5 people that's right, and then y'all want me to check, you didn't tag me in something. I'm only one person. And I don't have no team of people that's reading emails and replying back to y'all. If you send me an email and you get a response back, it's from me. Spelling errors and all. Because I be writing like I be texting in them emails. It ain't no preformed letter that you get. You are replying and hearing from me personally. Okay? So I want y'all to understand there's no team. It's just me. I mean, of course, we got our mod and she handles all our internet stuff or whatever. But as far as the foundation right now, any emails, anything, all of that, it's just me. Plus, y'all want me to be on here 6 hours a day. So I had to pull back even a couple of days so I could go handle my own business, because I be forgetting like to pay my own bills because I be trying to make sure everybody else is straight. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I gotta pay my own. Hold on, wait, y'all about to do what? Wait a minute, give me a second. For real. I hadn't been in my mailbox in so long from trying to do all this stuff that I was like, oh wait, hold on a second. I thought I did that. No, I didn't. So just be patient with me, y'all. I'm only one person. I can only do so much. And I just want y'all to understand, we don't get money from the government. We get people that send in money every week or whenever they can. I know, and I asked my daughter, and she keep playing because she would be a perfect personal assistant for me. But whatever. Hopefully, she'll see this and get on, because I could definitely use her, and she's home all day. So there's that. She ain't in the same state as me, but she good with that dang computer, girl. Come on. So anyway, that being said, y'all know we had to get community business out. Y'all know I'm not mean, but I have so many things that I have to do that I want to make sure that I can get back to as many people as I can. But if certain things are happening, then I just can't. Okay? So understand that CERCA's not being mean or fussing. I'm just telling y'all, it's only one of me, and I'm trying. Okay? Y'all got me? Yeah, we got to do the church announcements. Y'all, I said I'm about to I saw what, I said I'm going to give me one of the little, the microphones that amplify with the little thing on it. I think I bought the kids one back in the day. But I'm going to give me one because these I ain't hooked up. I'm getting me one. It's Prime Day, so I'm going to go in there and look today. And I said I'm about to get me one. So when I do the church announcements, it'll be and the Lord said, then it's gonna work like I need it to work. So I'm gonna go and grab me one today. I didn't really want to get them because my daughter did have one, but she would walk around the house singing. I used to want to punch her in her throat. So I'm gonna go and get one today. It's Prime Day. It'll probably be like $10 or something. I'm gonna look it up when I get off here. I gotta get that for and the Lord said we gotta have it. It's a part of the deal. We have to have that. So now that the church announcements is oh God. Who knows? This is really crazy that we're going on 2 years of being in this community. We about to have some juniors, ain't we? Come this February, you done been in school 2 years. We about to, because we got some sophomores already. We about to have some juniors at WOIU. And what's crazy is y'all already teaching. So that's good, student teachers. I see y'all student teaching. Even Tone. I've been on Tone page. Now, I'm going to say this because this is powerful to me. Okay? Y'all remember, is Tone you here? Is he here yet? And yes, I look crazy. I still got my pajamas on from yesterday because I didn't do nothing. Tone, is Tone here? Do y'all remember Tone's testimony? Who remembers Tone's testimony? Tone said he hadn't been to church in what, 35 years? 32 years, because he went to the church and the man told him after he was bringing him out the water, he whispered in his ear, heating up this water ain't free. And Tone never went back to a church for over 30 years. Y'all want to know what Tone is doing right now? After a year of being in the WOIU community, Tone is teaching the Bible on the internet. Reading the whole scripture on the internet. Tone is. That's what he's doing. Our Uncle Tone, OG Tone Love. DJ Tadao. In a year, a man who had vowed that he would never step foot in another church. Maybe didn't even want, I don't know if he didn't have faith in God or whatever was going on. But now, Uncle Tone is teaching the word. After being offended in a so-called house of God, this man is reading the word and teaching it to people all over the world. Come on now. You think I'm worried about what anybody else say? 30 years. That's 3 decades. Tom could have lost his life in that time and been at odds with God. It's a lot of things that God can do. And people want to worry about if I got a half top on or if my head is covered. Listen here. Do you know how many souls have went down in Jesus' name in the last year? From being here at WIU. And I ain't talking about adults. I'm talking about kids. They want to be ready when God comes. We had babies in our class last night talking about how they know the toys that their friends play with are evil. And that they see things in their class, in their room, and in their houses, and under their beds, and in their, oh, I feel the power of God. Listen to me. It's babies all around the world being free from torment because their parents are here. Because their parents are learning. It's parents that their children come home after the parent listen or they talk to them and say, oh yeah, mama, them books is in our school right now. How many Christian parents didn't know that they have a whole witchcraft section for your children, for your 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old child in elementary with real tarot cards? Several of them. These is in your babies. This is a kid's book. And the same stuff that's in here, these are 2 different authors, is in here. The same stuff that, and I'm saying this and we say it all the time because people need to understand. It's a real thing. You can keep on playing like it don't exist because you don't want to acknowledge it. Well, they giving it to your babies every day. And somebody got to tell you about it. I just heard old Betty White in my mind. Go on, girl. Where is my book? That's not it. There we go. So let's talk about it. The same stuff that is in this spell book that is written that Satan is used. The very people that y'all always talking about on the internet, the elites, this is like they Bible. Right here. This like they Bible right here. Y'all Masonic orders use a lot of these symbols. These people. Do you know that those symbols are here in the history of magic and the occult. Okay, witchcraft and the occult. The symbols that are from here are in here. And guess where else they're at? In your baby's books. They in your baby's books. So you will see this and run, because you know it's a witch book. I mean, a witchcraft book. You know it's a spell book. You'll see this. You won't read it, but you'll let your baby bring this home and the same stuff is in here. These are at your baby's school. Don't believe me? Let's look. And then we're going to get to our lesson. It plays right into where we're going today. Y'all see it? These are the Sorcerer's Hat. Don't that look like a fun kid book? It's so cute, isn't it? Oh, it's not real magic. It's just something for the kids to do. Really, until they start telling them how to call familiars to your house. And do you see this symbol? Right here, great wizards. This is in all those big human books, the adult books I just showed you. You see what he got in his hand? You see it? This is your child's book. But see how they make it look fun because they put the cartoons on the side, but they slide the real stuff in right there. Evil is always, they telling them how to make an amulet. And we know amulets are real. We know the scarab beetle has tons and tons and tons of spiritual things tied to it. And then if we just go on, they teach your baby horticulture, how to craft the herbs that they need to do their spells. It's all in here. Oh, Solomon's magic ring. We know Solomon, God gave him a ring that controlled demons. We know this. And what does it say there in your kids' book? Solomon's magic ring. Doesn't it? Right there. Solomon's magic ring. Now, who's Solomon? He was the wisest person to ever live, but he was also a wizard at the end of his time and lost his mind because he got too carried away with the women and they start having him worship idol gods and whatnot. We know that. And what did he crush? A beetle in his hand, and he lost out with God. 5 of them. He crushed 5 beetles and sacrificed them to Molech when he crushed them. And that is what cost him everything that he had, even his wisdom. Do we know this? We do, because we've read it, haven't we? Okay. So this is a real spell book. I do not encourage you to go buy this. I don't. I had it on my Kindle for years and wouldn't go get it. And then I went ahead and got it because it was time. And God told me, and do I be all in up and through here? No, I don't too much touch this book. But if God sends me in here to find something to correlate to something else we're reading, then yes, I do. And I don't have all these witch books here because I'm secretly doing witchcraft. I'm showing y'all what they put in your baby's face and in your face, and you don't even realize how real it is, because the Key of Solomon is a witchcraft book, and then they tell our babies how to make the same ring that got 5 locusts. Thank you. The same ring that God gave Solomon. They tell your baby how to make it. They tell them how to make a fairy ring to bring the furies to your house. They tell them how to speak with animals and make them their familiars, to call a familiar to them, which is a spirit that's going to be hopping in and out of your baby. And that cat, or that dog, or that mouse, or that little pet. Because all witches and warlocks have a familiar. But if you don't get the information to understand, no, I know what Solomon's ring is. I know what a fairy ring is. I know what they're trying to teach my baby horticulture so that they can get the herbs that they need to do the spells that they're teaching them. So whose name is on that? Right at the top there with the snake chasing his tail as a D. Who? Whose name is there? The unofficial Harry Potter spell book, and guess what's in here, family? Spells. Spells. What's in here? Spells? A guide to spells, potions, and hexes for the aspiring Salem witch. To my 5-year-old. Persephone invocation. So they telling you how to invoke Persephone? We know that Persephone was one of the angels' fallen children, don't we? I mean, the fallen angels' children, right? The invocation. So what else invoke? What does it mean to invoke? Come on. Eos. Ain't this on? This is on our lip stuff, ain't it? I forgot I gotta turn y'all around. Give me a second. Eos invocation. Aurora. One, we know Aurora was the name of one of the first daughters. And then we also know that Aurora was in mythology, and she was a fallen angel's child. Persephone, Eos is on our lip thing. Y'all know that. So they tell you how to invoke spirits. Invoke, to call with earnest desire. Thank you, Kenya. You just read this last night. This? I'm on your head, girl. So he was letting you know confirmation, yes. So you invoking spirits? You're going to teach my baby how to call familiars to him, how to invoke the disembodied spirits of the fallen angels' children, who we know are the what? Who are the disembodied spirits? The fallen angels and their children. Right. Who want to do what that we studied yesterday? What do they want to do? It starts with a P. Possess. Because they don't have their what anymore? And it's cold and dark in the realm that they exist in. Exactly. They don't have their bodies anymore. So the only time they feel warmth and pleasure in any of that is when they inhabit a human body, because they don't get to do that anymore. They got to float around and look at their bodies in petrified, don't they? Can I ask you a question? Who started magic? It started with God, but I'm saying the witchcraft, should I say, not magic. Excuse me, witchcraft. When did it become witchcraft? When they taught it to humans. Yes, magic was in heaven, but it became witchcraft when they taught it to. I mean, it was in heaven, but it became witchcraft when it was taught to humans, because then they taught them to change God's plan and change the matter. If God wanted a rock, it was supposed to be a rock. But the angels taught them to change every single thing that God did. Change a human to an animal and back to a human. Good morning, baby. They changed the genetic makeup of humans. Did they or did they not? Didn't they change? Okay. So when the Bible talks about all flesh being corrupted, that's what it's talking about. And it said bird flesh, animal flesh, fish flesh, the like. Because when they changed the human genome and started doing this is my mama, my real mama. Hold on, y'all. Hey, mama. Yeah, I'm working right now. Can I call you back as soon as I get off? Okay. Well, it's normally about 2 hours. We only been on about 25 minutes. Okay. Bye. Bye. That's my real mama. Like the one that carried me in her womb. The world is ending. The world is ending. Oh, y'all. Ooh, Jesus. I felt a little anxiety before I got on here. That was okay. Moving on. The world is ending. The world is ending. The world. The world. The world is ending. Oh, yes, it is. The world is ending. I promise y'all, it's ending. That is a proof of it, if nothing else is. Moving on. Okay. Won't he do it? I've always wanted a relationship, but, I'm grateful now. See, this is the thing, and I want to tell y'all something. I told my mom this the other day. I said, do you realize that if we were looking at this at a church standpoint, God gave me a church of about 350,000 people? Even though it's not a church, it's a school. And we not counting because God don't like when you count. But God has blessed me with a community that if we were looking at it from a church standpoint, we got 350,000 members, y'all. Whether they come to church all the time or watch online or whatever, God blessed us. And we would have more than that, but y'all see how they doing me. It's okay because they already doing it over here too. It is what it is. But look at that. If we looked at it from a standpoint of a church setting, we in a mega church. We is a mega church if we was looking at the numbers. That's what we get. Do y'all realize that? And we do give to the community. We do make sure our people understand. We do take care of them. We can't do everybody because there's a lot of us, but we do what we can so we can show people the kindness of God every day. And we are family for real. That's right. Now, remember we read the other day yesterday about who was my mother and who was my brother? Do y'all understand why God said that now that you are packing and stacking because you believe in what God said, but your family don't? Who is now having to say, yes, that's my mama, yes, that's my cousin, but they didn't believe and I can't be worried about it? You got your light bulbs and you listening. Come on, girl. Come on. See, people thought Jesus was being mean, but you literally living it right now. I love them, but if they ain't listening to what God is saying, I can't be worried about it. They not my family. And it sucks, but Jesus said that because family ties will keep you from moving when God wants you to go. Family ties will keep you from progressing because they say you're supposed to be loyal to your family. Baby, I'm not loyal to nobody but the Lord. Honey, I didn't have to leave my kids to go do the will of God just like a soldier does. If you are a soldier in God's army, then you're going to have to be away from your family. You're going to have to be stationed in places that are chaotic. Quit trying to run from the trouble if you a soldier, because if you running from the trouble, then you AWOL and we about to court martial you. Quit trying to run from the trouble. If you a soldier, you supposed to be going into chaotic situations to get order. If God is in you, wherever you go, order is going to start to fill out. But if you chaotic and you ain't dealt with yourself, then yeah, it's gonna be like two bombs hitting each other. I know for a fact that God he didn't send me into chaotic clubs. He didn't send me into chaotic corporate offices. And honey, CERCA get in there and I ain't even in management, but we got to get this together because this is the How y'all work? This why don't nothing ever get done. manager. But guess what? Strategy is a gift that God gave me. And strategy just does not apply to one thing. Give you structure. Come on. Tell me God ain't structuring your life. I bet you was that if you was that away before, you ain't now, because he'll chop you in your throat every time you get ready to go to the left. Oh no, go straight. Okay. You know how you snatch your kid back, like, get over here. You can't tell me your life ain't getting in order right now, because he's going to make sure he will let your tires get flat. He will let your check not come on time. You plan to go hook up with your little hookup. Something happened, and all of a sudden, you can't get your money. Then you call your homegirl. She's like, girl, I ain't got it. And you know she got it. Because he's saving your life. God has saved my life from things that I thought I wanted to do. And then later on in a flick, I'll be like, thank you, Dad. Woo-wee. Oh, God, I didn't. Ooh, thank you. Oh, that was close. I didn't even see that coming. He said, I know, but I did. I saw it coming. That the person you was going to go out on a date with was going to try to strangle you because you looking at the outside and not what is hidden or possessed within. This is what the Bible says, don't judge the outside. Don't judge the outside. You better be trying to find out what's on the end. People have lived next to serial killers for 20 years. People have lived next to people that are keeping people hostage in the backyard, ate food over there, and everything. Yeah, I seen it. I knew something was wrong. A little white girl calling me for help. We done seen it. I love Mike Epps' rendition of that. I ain't even gonna lie. It was funny as hell. Excuse me. Anyway. Keep on running up on something because it looked good. How many people have ate a dinner and it was poisoned? Smelled good, looked good, everything, and it was about to be fatal. How many people have gotten in the car with a man or a woman because they look good? And it was the femme fatale, or a man who is just a shell of a person, because the demons that make him compulsively unalive people are going to take hold whenever they feel like it. You said, yep, the devil wasn't ugly. He wasn't until God changed him. And that's why now he has to do. Do y'all understand why cosplay is so big? Anybody understand why cosplay is huge? Why is cosplay huge? Anybody know why cosplay is huge? If you don't like the way you look, change it. Be whoever you want to be. Ain't that Satan's motto? No, you don't think so? Okay. Actors, performers. That's not they real. Denzel done been 1,000 different people. Beyonce done been different people. Robin Williams. Cosplay. Who else cosplays? A lot. Demons. They manifest themselves into all different things. Oh, you know what? This is too scary for you. Hold on, let me change it. I'm gonna come back like this. So that your security, your guard is down. Remember when we read in Enoch and Adam, the angels came. Satan came to Job as an old man. He came to Adam as an old man. He turned into kings. He turned into dogs. He turned into Satan and his hosts are the best cosplayer there. They'll be whoever you want them to be to get your soul. He'll come as your mama, as your best friend, as your husband, as your little boo you ain't seen in a long time. Like I told y'all, when you see a person, you looking at this, y'all don't know what's in this cup. I could tell y'all it was coffee, but I might not tell you that there's liquor in it. Now, it ain't none. But I'm just saying, it could be cyanide in here. It could be bleach in here. It could be runny boo-boo in here. It could be water. It could be vinegar. It could be Windex. It could be antifreeze. It could be a whole bunch of stuff, and you won't know until you open it, smell it, and even some stuff don't have no smell or taste, so it can smell like regular coffee and still be laced with something deadly. When you think about people, you need to see your TT niece, cousin, family member of WR. You ain't got time to go through all of them. This is how people are. And guess what? I don't know what it is, so I'll do it again. And that could be my last drink. You don't know what's in a person until you get close to them. Most times it's when they've entered your body or you've entered theirs that you see them. So it wasn't until they got on the inside of you or you got on the inside of them, men, that you saw their true nature or what was hiding on the inside. The electricity that is firing in your brain while all of the tingles and all of that, all these neurons and all your hairs are standing up as you were feeling certain things in adult moments. Sex is a ritual. That's why whenever you see Satanists, they always have something sexual before and a big old party after. It's been froze. Seriously. Here we go with the crazy stuff. What do we hear the stars saying all the time? I woke up and I had no idea of what happened when I went and partied with them. And then it comes out that they was if they're supposed to be straight, they're with a person of the LGBT community that we didn't know about, and they try to embarrass them with that. It's always something that they didn't know that happened. And it always has to do with sex, doesn't it? Whenever the elite are trying to embarrass someone, isn't it always sex bribery that they use? Remember Eddie Murphy? They said they caught him with a trans person, and this is when it was still real taboo and not as accepted as it was. What's the first word? What's the first word? Discipline within the brotherhood. Why is that the first word? And this. Screenshot that. Oh, there it is right there. The cult members mostly pair off with others at the same power level. You mean like Jay-Z and Beyonce? You mean like if you an A-lister, you go with A-listers. If you a B-lister, you go with B-listers. If you a C-lister, you better stay in your lane. You mean like that? Go on and screenshot that, y'all. So let's just read a little bit. I might, because I don't know if the babies is around. So X, for all the others in the cult, was free and easy and just about all the time. Also X with children. A very high percentage of all children within the cult are regularly SA'd from a young age. Is this not what we're finding out about Hollywood? Why when they hit 15, they start going crazy? Miley Cyrus, old boy from Raven Show, the count, what's his name? Macaulay Culkin, Usher, everybody. Yep. Okay. So the cult members mostly pair off with others of the same power level. Almost every ceremony or meeting ends with an OG. Individual members usually have the right to participate in if they want to. There was intercourse with demons also. Demons that could be seen and heard and felt in a physical manifestation. Anybody ever had a wet dream? I have. Anybody ever had a wet dream? Don't it feel real to you? And for women, you can be sore in the morning. Like, what the? Man, it feel real, don't it? Because it is real. Because it is. It absolutely, no, it didn't feel, because you felt, because it's real. There are spirits that miss what it is like to be intimate. Are you getting this? Yes, DJ. All right, do me a favor. We know the names of them, but let's go look up succubus and incubus. Let's hit it. What's the definitions? Real quick. Come on, y'all. Let me ask you a question. What happens if your real husband or wife touch you while you sleep? Don't your body react? It'll start to roll over and you ain't even awake. But your body will roll over. As soon as you feel your spouse touch you, your body will roll over. You will be in the mix and won't even be all the way roll and come to like, oh, shoot. Demons used to have human bodies. What was one of the main things that they did? The OGs come from them. Remember, it said they had insatiable sexual appetites. This is how they got to the animals and the fish. They were screwing everything. Men and women were not enough. What's a succubus and what's an incubus? I need the definition real quick. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. They got a PDF of this too online right now if you want to start reading it immediately. And she has other books. He came and set the captives free, Prepare for War. It's a couple other ones she has too. Succubus is a demon in female form. What's the incubus? What do they do though? That's what I was saying. What do they do? In your sleep. They have sex with you in your sleep? Well, it's not imaginary. They real. There's a video of a lady being essayed by a ghost on the train. Oh, I believe it. Have we not seen the movies where the woman's buttons pop open? And she trying to get up and she can't see what's holding her down? And she be fighting an unseen thing and her button and her everything is moving? That's the succubus or incubus. And if there's nothing new under the sun, if they're showing it to us, it's happened. Y'all looking at somebody that I used to have to anoint my parts before I went to sleep. And guess what? It starts happening to people as kids. Not everybody, it starts happening to them as adults. Some people as early as 4 and 5 years old. Because the demons want that spirit of perversion to get in. To your little bitty babies. said lesbian dreams and you're not lesbian. I was involved with a man, and while we were in the mix, there was a vision that came over my face, and I couldn't even see his face. And at this time, I had never been with a woman before, and his face instantly changed to a woman's face. It was spooky. That was when I was 21. I'll never forget that. All jokes aside, freaked me the hell out. And it waited to change right before it changed right before. So it made it. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Yeah. But oh boy was dealing in witchcraft and I didn't know. He was dealing in witchcraft and I had no idea. It happened to a 3-year-old at your daughter's school. It happened to you too. See what happens when you go ahead and tell your testimonies? Other people can be set free from thinking they crazy. And then that opens them up to, okay, I need to do some research about this. Because what's happening to you happens to your children if you don't stop it. Yes. It's all mixed in. When you dream of fire, I mean fire is purifying. Fire is gonna purify whatever is around. If there's any impurities in it, it's gonna come out. They're gonna be separated. So that could be separation, it could be purification. I can't tell you. Fire has a lot of different meanings. You're welcome. But normally fire is purification and separation. Because when you purify something, you take the good stuff and it separates the bad. The bad melts off. Y'all can look this up. Because listen, all dreams have different meanings. Okay? It depends on what else was going on in your dream. So y'all have to ask God for the revelation. Whenever I dreamed about snakes, it was always some underhanded stuff going on around me. I always used to have dreams about cats and snakes biting my hands. Well, God put healing powers down in my hands. So it was always the devil trying to stop me from laying hands on people. And whenever I would, from birth, my hand was cut into 5 pieces when I was 2 years old, and I was burned with hot water. So we know this is not a thing because my other hand don't look like that. It's perfectly normal. This one was burnt and cut into 5 pieces. So, and then I started having dreams all the time about cats scratching my hands up, like my hands would be messed up. Well, God put the power of healing down in my hands. But it would always be snakes and stuff. You anoint your kids before they go to sleep. And watch what you bring in your house. Y'all, that scripture we read yesterday about the spirits coming in and anointing your children and listening to your kids. This is why I'm having y'all look into the books that you're bringing in your babies in your house. The books that your teachers are sending home, you say, go in there and do your reading assignment. But you ain't reading it with them. You just know that the teacher sent it home, so it got to be good. But what if that teacher is a warlock or a pedophile or somebody like that? They choose what your baby is reading. And if you're not checking over it and going through the story with them, they can slip it in and you ain't, just like with the kids' YouTube. You look over and you see, oh, it's toys they playing with, but you're not listening to what they're saying. A spirit popped up in the middle of the night and scared my 4-year-old. I got to anointing and praying. Come on. Who believes now when your kids tell you it's something in their room? Maybe you didn't before because you thought they just didn't want to go to bed. Be honest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all over here? Is we frozen? Is we frozen on Instagram, y'all? I don't know. My daughter tells me there's a ghost in my house all the time. It's very yeah, and you better believe her because that same demon will start talking to your kid, telling them to unalive themselves, do stuff. This is how kids come up missing. I don't understand how they got out. The spirit opened the door. Don't they unlock lock doors that ain't nobody been able to find the key for? And then when the kid get to the door just you can pray over it yourself, butterfly. You go get you some olive oil because you can't trust everybody, and you ask God to anoint your hands so that you can anoint the oil. And what my grandma used to do, if it's the bottle, we'll screw the lid off. She'll pour a little bit in her hand, put the lid back on, anoint the lid and the whole bottle, and then pray whatever words God tells you to pray. Because I don't know what's going on in everybody's life. And why does the door make that noise? It creaks open. And what do we do with it? What do we do a thing about the a class about recently doors? Spiritual doors, physical doors. These these gates, steels, windows, bridges, and other crossings, portals. My daughter's teacher had a class trying to teach them about witchcraft, and she told them she was not watching that, so she left her class. Come on, baby. High five. But if you don't talk to your kids about witchcraft, then you won't even know if their teacher is teaching it to them. Christians, saints. But the people in our community can now, they can teach and they can, my mama don't want me doing none of that. I know what that word means. I know what that symbol means. I know what a sprite is. Now you see why the Bible says in Hebrews 4:6 that God's people perish for the lack of knowledge. They, participating in witchcraft and don't even know it. That's why he talked about sins, knowing and unknowing sins that you done did. Repenting for that. Can't fight the enemy you don't have no clue about. Come on, Shanae. They ban God and Bibles from school, but they teaching that. Come on. So portals can be a whole bunch of different things, right? And what do we see there? A door. A door. The word portal derives from the Latin porta, which means gate, specifically a city gate, but also any place of ingress or egress. A portal is generally an optimistic thing, both literally and metaphorically. A portal can be a door, a window, an arch, a gateway, or just a gap in a hedge. The word encapsulates the idea of passing through to a new opportunity, to making progress or moving forward, or to entering fresh, new worlds. Mm, Similarly, a proscenium arch is in the theater creates a window that separates the audience from the play, which comes to life as the curtain rises. Its companion word, threshold, describes the point on the ground under the portal. Hmm. Hmm. Go back here. Where is it? Where did I put it? The space on the ground under the portal. Really? Let's look here and see. We just saw. Oh, you mean like this? You mean like this right here? Because isn't this what they use to conjure demons to come into our world or our realm? Ain't this what they use to conjure up demons? This circle, and the demon can't walk past the salt. So they come up from somewhere, or they come down from somewhere into our realm, and we can see them, and they're trapped in this circle. So it's a portal, right? And this is in my kids' book. This is in my kids' book from 5 years old. I don't know where I put the thing. Y'all know I be pulling it out. It looked just like a kid's book on the outside. I can't find the cover of it. Oh. So if your kid brought this home, you gonna be thinking it's some pretend magic stuff, but for real, they teach your kid how to do all the stuff that's in a real spell book or a book of shadows, should I say. They even teach your kid how to make a book of shadows in here. Okay, they teach your baby. Let's look through the table of contents of this book real quick. I'm just gonna read them. Chapter 1, Wizard Regalia. Chapter 2, The Decorative Arts. Chapter 3, The Art of Horticulture. Chapter 4, The Art of Animal Husbandry. Chapter 5, The Book of Arts. Chapter 6, The Art of Astronomy. Chapter 7, The Art of Alchemy. Chapter 8, The Art of Amusement. A Lord of the Dark Arts. The arts of alchemy. The arts of, this is all witchcraft in your baby's book. The dark arts is right here in your baby's library at school. I'm going to have to look at it. I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen it either. Thank you. Thank you. So that's why I say, y'all, look. You want to talk about you see what I'm saying? Well, honey, I'm saved and sanctified, repeating the same scriptures I've been hearing my whole life and can't help nobody. Because you're being saved is worrying about if your pastor see you and you paying your tithes and looking like a saint. When I'm trying to bust people out of Satan's grasp, take chains off of people's family lines, because demons have been able to run rampant because the church won't understand who their enemy is. Everything is a demon, but just like trees have names and flowers have names and different bug species have names, demons have names. And when you don't know them, then you can't call nothing out. Because it ain't coming if you don't know its name, right? You call CERCA's coming. My kids say, Mom, I'm going to say what? This all demon names, spirit names, fairies and genies and ghosts and gods and goblins and goddesses. And a dictionary of demons and a whole encyclopedia. Thick too. The devil is a lie. What devil? Them demons. What demon? What demon? He running rampant and your babies ain't being delivered because you won't learn your enemy. So you just say they don't want to be saved when they're under the possession of a spirit that you won't recognize. So that demon that got in your baby get to have your baby, your husband, your wife, because you won't become learned enough to understand the spiritual world so you can help them. Because they still here. They ain't went nowhere. Their names change because they're cosplayers. They're cosplayers. I know Denzel Washington's face wherever I see him at, no matter how much makeup they put on him. I know his voice. I know how he moves. Because I done watched him enough to know, oh, that's Denzel. They got him painted up, but listen to how he speaks. Baby, did you know that there's names in here? Yes, you should buy these books so you can learn. Because if your your kid's teacher send a book home and one of the demons' names is in there and you just think it's normal and then your baby start having nightmares, then what? And now they acting out and doing all this stuff and you don't know why because it's the book that they teacher sent home with them. They teaching you, your babies, to do witchcraft, to call demons to the house, to make a fury ring, to bring evil, malicious flying spirits to your home. They tell them where to go get them and put it out in your yard. And then the baby start being scared because this is what the book said to do, so I'm going to do it. You don't believe me? It's a movie on Netflix that they told us to watch called Invisible City. It's going to show you exactly what happened. It's a little girl there. She got a book. It was fairy tales, but the real spirit showed up. The real spirits showed up, didn't they? And was talking to her and manifesting, and they'll go back in spirit form and come back and be a real person. And the Bible says you never know when you entertain an angel, beware. He didn't say good or bad. We know the spirits can manifest themselves. What is a ghost? What is a demon or whatever? We didn't seen it. So if you want to keep playing crazy, acting like you don't understand the demonic realm, this is why they able to take our kids and our family members and have them and then they die. Because you won't learn. But a lot of these names is your medicine too. Look up the word Belkyra. Belkyra is a name for Satan, and it is the name of injection that you get under your neck for cosmic surgery, vanity, which Satan was very vain. Everything's about how he looked. That's why he got cast out. 1, 2, yeah, it's the name of the devil. There's other medicines that we've looked up. We just use Gardasil and Gonorrhea because they're the easiest ones. But Gardasil and Gonorrhea is the name of the fallen angel that taught men how to take life, even in the womb. And they name our birth control after him, which stops life. They name birth control, which stops life, after the angel that taught men how to stop life, either from utero or out. Every death blow, Gardasil or Gonorrhea, he got 2 names. He taught them. And then the name of our birth control, which stops you from having babies, is named after him. I wonder why. Because he stopped life. Belkyra, Belkyria, I believe. Just look up double chin injections and you're going to see it. And then go look up the name Belkyra on internet and see who and what he is. Hey, Tom, we was just talking about you. Thank you. And we're going to stay right there, Belkyra. I'm going to go get me my water and I'm going to go pee. And then I'm about to bust y'all head. We're going to stay right there because now I'm about to take y'all into another book that's going to make y'all trip. Who got the Prose Edda? Who got the Prose Edda? Who went and grabbed this? It's really this. Just in case you don't know. It's the other form of this, right? You got it? Good job. It's the other form of Norse mythology. It's the same. It's just it's a different book. So if you got Norse mythology, the Prose Edda is where they get this from. I want to show y'all something. It's very important on the front of here. Well, in this book that I was reading. Is this it? Nope. Hold on. Oh, that's Menon. Ah, it's the Rosetta. I'm gonna show y'all. Screenshot this bottom part real quick so I can read it, please. Just screenshot that. They keep well, we are on YouTube and on Instagram too. Screenshot this, y'all. Okay. Oh. Now listen, I'm just gonna read this bottom part, then I'm gonna go to the bathroom. It says it says, in his old age, Noah shared the world with his sons. For him, he intended the western region, for Japheth, the northern region, for Shem, the southern region, with those parts. So they went into war, blah, they skip. I'm just wanting to get down to here. So it says, and when they had conquered them, the world seemed too small, and they smithed a tower with tile and stone, which they meant should reach heaven, and on the plain of Sennar, Sennar, not Shinar like it is in our Bible. And when this building was so far advanced that it extended above the air, and they were no less eager to continue the work, and when God saw how their pride waxed high, then he sees that he will have to strike it down in some way. And the same God who is almighty and might have struck down all their work in the twinkling of an eye and made themselves turned into dust, still preferred to frustrate their purpose by making them realize their own littleness. Okay, so we're going to go down here. And it says, and he who was foremost heights, Zoroaster, he laughed before he wept when he came into the world. But the master smiths were 72, and so many tongues have spread over the world since the giants were dispersed over the land, and the nations became numerous. In this same place was built the most famous city, which took its name from the tower, and was called Babylon. And when the confusion of tongues had taken place, then increased the names of the men and other things. And this same Zoroaster had many names. And although he understood that his pride was laid low by the same building, still he worked his way unto worldly power, and had himself chosen king over many peoples of the Assyrians. From him arose the era of idolatry, and when he was worshipped, he was called Baal. Baal, or Baal. We call him Baal, Bel. He also had many other names. But as the names increased in number, so was the truth lost. So can I ask y'all a question? Nimrod, you already know. So Zoroaster is Nimrod. And also, why would that be in Norse mythology? And why are they talking about the Assyrians and in Norse mythology? This is Norse mythology, honey. Why are they talking about Noah and his sons and the giants, the Nephilim? Let's hit it. Let's see where they at. We know they in here. Oh, the realm of the Nephilim. The realm of the Nephilim. The realm of the Nephilim. The Nephilim or the Nephal. The region below, the region of torture below the Nephilim. And we know that they're going to be tortured. And there are some fallen angels that are tortured there now. The Nephilim. Why would the Nephilim be mentioned in Norse mythology? Why would Noah and his sons and Nimrod and all these other people be mentioned in Norse mythology, Baal or Baal, and tell the same story that we read about how Nimrod started Eridu, Uruk, Akkad, Asher, Lagash, Babylon, Nippur, Nimrud, and Nineveh. So you mean Norse mythology says the exact same thing that our big green book says, that all Greek, Norse, Roman mythology is built on or Iraq or Iraq or ancient Mesopotamia, or the exact same thing that we read in Enoch that says the angels came down, slept with the women in the seventh generation from Adam, the days of Jared, and created giants. Now, who remembers when we read in Jasher that it tells us it was 600,000 giants there, and this is where the 8 men and the elephant man came from? Who remembers? And it says the giants were scattered all over the earth. Oh, okay. So then how is it that Norse mythology is saying the exact same thing? Don't believe me? Just watch. So, you see here, you see this city right here, or Uruk. This is the old name for Iraq. Uruk. Okay? Uruk. Right there. Uruk. Iraq. It's spelled Iraq now, but it's Uruk. Right? The Akkadians lived here. You know, the sons of Akkad, the giants. And Asher is where we get our Assyrians from. Moving on. Okay. So here we go. Right there. Uruk and So we know was in ancient Mesopotamia. And we just read that these people were talking about the angels and Noah and all that, right? So let's just put this here so I don't have to hold it. How about that, CERCA? It's a little bit smarter. And I think I took all of my stickies in my room. So we're just going to take one from here and do it. Yeah. Okay. So is that why they lived in Erd with a D? Is that why they lived there? In Erd? This is where the Nephilim lived, in Erd. With a D on it. So the Nephilim lived in Erd. The Nephilim from Norse mythology lived in Erd or So they just added a D and they changed the PH to FL. Nephal. Now, who remembers this? Who remembers? Uh-oh, not that. Who remembers this? Biblical Hebrew. Y'all remember this? Some of y'all went and got it. Right. Y'all remember this? And when we bust this bad, come on now, first angelic language is the Nephal. This Hebrew. The Hiphal, giants. The Nephal, giants. The Nephilim. Don't the Bible always talk about the angelic language? Yes, Jeanette. And the short ones too. Genetics, it's not just the tall people. How many people, and we know this, you might be new, but if you're new, how many people know somebody that was born with a 6 finger and a 6 toe? Anybody? You know anybody born with a 6 finger or 6 toe and they cut it off? That's because do that. The witches and warlocks, because the word pharmacy means spell incantations of witchcraft. So we know why they cutting the fingers off. It must be in my room, the book. Oh, no, it's right here. Okay, so if you know somebody born with a 6 finger and a 6 toe, I'm going to show you where they come from. Right there, boom. See that? This is, before you know, incredible creatures and creations of the Bible, of the Holy Bible. You know at least 5 people. Come on, Kenyon. Okay? It's a kid's book. Don't believe me? Here go the Bible form of it. Now they tell the kids the truth. I keep telling y'all that's why I got all these kids books in here. Here go the Bible. Incredible creations and creatures and creations of the Bible, right? Holy Bible, right there. Boom. Okay. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 21 that there were 6-fingered men. See that? 2 Samuel 21 says that there were 6-fingered men in the Bible. The sons of Rapha. In still another battle which took place at Gath, there was a huge man with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in all, and he was also a descendant from Rapha. Now, there's a book that I have here. Oh, y'all see it right there? It's right there. This is the book. It was right behind me, standing up. Look at that. Og, the king from the Bible, was a Rephaim. And this book is about the 100,000 giant war. That's not in the Bible. Parts of it is, but it's not. Tells you the races of giants, what they look like, how their dark ones helped them, how they ate the bodies of the soldiers, which is exactly what it tells us in Enoch, that they started eating each other's flesh and drinking their blood. Well, this is that. Talks about y'all Game of Thrones folks that's in here. Who's new? So I can bust your head. Look at, I turn right to it. Look at that. The Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. The dragon siblings with the white hair and blue eyes entered the 100,000 giant war from the east. The dragon siblings that told of a wealthy city in the sky, the dragons, and we know that they went into, well, good, Nikki, here you go, girl. You might want to go on and grab that. And didn't the dragons come from the east in y'all Game of Thrones? And Og, come on and bust it down while I go to the bathroom. Tell me where Og gets mentioned in the Bible while I go to the restroom and go get my water and stuff. I'll be back. Tell me where Og is mentioned in the Bible. Okay? Find that. So y'all know that's not a lie. The book of the king of Og, where is he mentioned in the Bible? Sorry about that. You love this place. You can receive quite the education here. Oh, I love that. Yes, you can. About everything. You don't have to just study on one thing and get a degree in one thing. You can get a degree in several things. And we call autodidactic polymaths around here, which means self-taught in many subjects. Isn't that great? We're philanthropists, we're anthropologists, we study genetics, we study science, math, ancient history, all of it. It's great. It's great. Og is mentioned in a lot of places in the Bible. And Og was a giant. He was the last of the Rephaim, or the sons of Rapha, the six-fingered people. We also study survival skills, don't we? So you don't got to be in the dark about the word if you don't want to. Guess what else there is? Nebuchadnezzar tablets. Did you know? The guy that was turned into an animal talks about his wife and how she would go to the riverbank and call for him. And when the demons finally left him, that changed his form into an animal. Now, does Disney tell us that people, what Disney movies show us that humans can be turned into animals? It's Frozen. They keep on freezing all my stuff. They playing. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Frog into a Prince, Luca, Swan Lake, Cinderella, Once Upon a Time, Cusco, Princess and the Frog. They are carnivores, Gog and Magog. Yep, them too. Shrek, The Emperor's New Groove. Maleficent. Is it Magnificent or Maleficent? Happy birthday. My son was born with 12 fingers. Oh, so you got the descendants of the Raphael blood. Huh? Fairly Odd Parents. It's bestiality in Beauty and the Beast, ain't it? Ain't it? Right there in your face. Also falling in love with a frog. Kissing an animal. Being in love with an animal. Morphe. I don't know what that is, but okay. We'll take that one too. It doesn't. It doesn't talk about that. Not that I know of. It's a new movie out where the girl can turn into all kind of animals. All right, do me a favor. What is the form of magic? What is the mancy? And we know that mancy is forms of divination. What is the form of divination that turns humans? Brother bear. That's the one I was looking for. I was waiting for that one. Brother bear. That's what I was looking for. What about the girl with the red hair? What about the girl with the red hair? What's her name? Brave. Somebody else said it. Oh, okay. Transmutation turns them. Is that what it's called? I thought it was called anamorphium or something. No, I didn't see it, Trini. Mm-mm. Her mother turned into a bear. Philanthropy, is that what it's called? It might have a lot of names. So are they hiding magic from our children? They're not. And they're telling them real magic spells. And they're telling them real, real things. So why are we not familiar with this so that we can keep our children away from it? They start exposing it to them as soon as they come out. Because Disney, we put Disney on for our kids as soon as they come out, don't we? That's the first show we start letting them watch. We trust Disney, don't we? Hey, why do we trust the most demonic people with our newborn? We will let them sit and watch fairy tales all day. This should say fury and not fairy. In Pinocchio, they drug the children and take them to an island where they never come back. Right, Epstein Island. Right. Don't forget Peter Pan, the Lost Boys. Okay, so I'm just, but we don't know no different because we let our pastor tell us, we don't study that kind of stuff. Okay, well I do because I need to protect my kids. And seeing as how Hosea 6 said, Hosea 4 said the pastors don't want are not wanted willing to learn. So God has rejected them as being his pastors, and you wonder why you get the same regurgitated message every time, and there's nothing new because God has rejected a lot of them as his pastors because they refuse to go deeper in the word. They only gonna read. If it ain't in here, they ain't going looking for it. And it is in here, but they don't even search deeper in the book that they read. So God said he rejected them. If you don't believe me, saints of God, go read Hosea 4 for yourself. It said God rejected the priests because they refused to learn. And that's why his people are starving to death spiritually. And they are being overtaken by the demons because we don't know our enemy. We don't know our enemy's tactics or nothing. They surface preachers. Come on. And who knows now that they think they saying something to us when it's out. The Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth. Well, don't look like you going nowhere because exactly the most basic. You want to be a basic Christian? The most basic kind of Christian? I don't want to be a basic Christian, just like I don't want to be a basic. This is why in Revelations, where it says people gonna cry out to God saying, Lord, Lord, I did this. And he said, I don't know you. You carried that Bible around, slapping people upside the head with it, and you never even realized that there was different books in there. There was more, and you set up there prophesying to my people, making up stories about how it was people from distant lands that came and made it with Adam and Eve's kids. And where did God say he created other people? Liars. But if you went on and read Jasher, that's mentioned, or the book of the Jubilees, you could read the lineage of Adam and his sons and daughters, and y'all could quit lying to people. Because right there, right here, in Genesis what, 4? Or Genesis 5, when it talks about Adam dying, it says that he had other children. 65. 33 sons and 33 daughters, or whatever the number is. Right in this book, it tells you he had other children. So what you should be doing is going and looking for their names. Pastors, ministers, bishops, why y'all not looking? God said his mysteries in my Bible if you're looking. Go deeper in me, higher in me. All the books that you see from here came from this. All these books that y'all see, it's me looking up a name, looking up a word in this. And it led me to one of these books that I needed to go get the rest of the story. Because if the Bible says that the people spread out on the earth and the Israelites is all that this Bible is about, then where's the other people and what are their stories when they were interacting with Israel, because they had scribes too? Jasher 9, 35 and 36. Thank you. You're assuming that they mated with each other and so forth. That's exactly what happened. And you can read that in the book of Jubilees. You can read it in the book of the Jubilees and find out that Cain married Abel's sister, and Abel, but he wanted to marry his own sister. He wanted to marry the sister that was born either in his top. Some people say that it was twins, and then some people say it was, depending on how to line. Basically, it was a sister born in his same time period, within a year or something, or either his twin. Some people say it was twins. It depends on the rendition you're reading, but all in all, he was supposed to marry Abel's sister, and Abel was supposed to marry his sister, and he didn't want that. So it wasn't just that God didn't accept his thing. It's more to the story, but that's all they give you in that Bible. That's why they don't list the daughters' names in Genesis. They only list the sons. But if you go and you start studying the daughters, then you find out who the mothers of the giants was, the daughters of Adam. In the 7th generation, they start sleeping with angels, cutting up with the spirits, and having all kind of. In the Quran, it says they were twins. Okay, so like I said, different versions say they was born right after or whatever. It just depends on what you're reading, how they interpret it. I know that they were born close together, like an Irish twin or something like that. If they weren't twins, they were like Irish twins. So the same kid born in the same year as you, you're not sleeping with them. You're going to go with this one that's born after your brother. So if Adam and Eve had 63 to 65 kids and they all paired off, that's 30 nations right there. That's 30 different races of people just in the kids that they had. 30 to 33 races of people that came from their union, Adam and Eve. And they spread out into the world, and then they started having kids. So it stands to reason that there are other books about the happening. Would you like to see them? You can go purchase them today. I got a few for you. This set right here will change your whole understanding, because guess what's in here? This is $54. Y'all see our books is on sale for $51. They didn't took them down again. Our books is on sale for $18 off, and that, did y'all see it? They down to $51 now. Yes, they is. If you buy the set, it's 51. It used to be 69. Then for a year and a half, it's been on sale for 54. Now they 51. Yes, they is. They downtown. So these books right here, let me show you. And they come as a set. Oh, did I show y'all over here? I'm sorry. I got to stop ignoring y'all. I'm sorry. I'm working these 3 cameras as best I can. Oh, they back up to 54. Stinking tails. But here you go. See that? Apocalypse of Adam, Apocalypse of Abraham, Testament of Adam, Life of Adam and Eve. The Book of Enoch. Baruch and the Maccabees. You see it? You see it in there? The Jubilees right there. If you want to learn about Adam and Eve's lineage and stuff, the Jubilees, the Testament of Moses, Testament of Solomon, all of these books and more. Because I'm about to really bust your head. Give me a second. You see it? These break down the rest of your stories. And then we got this one over here. Oh, well, where are you? It might already be out. No, it's packed away. Okay. Dad. Oh, this is because my family bought me all these books. I ain't complaining though, because it definitely helps our studies. But y'all know the book I'm looking for. Where is it, Dad? Oh, it's hot. Y'all done had me stuffing books and stuffing books and stuffing books. Now I can't even find out my stuff. Well, anyway, because I can't find it just right now. So it might be on the floor, tucked somewhere else. It might be in my room. Anyway, there's another book called The Lost Books of the Bible by William Hone. And it has the birth of Jesus Christ, the birth of Mary, the book of Nicodemus, so you can actually read what happened when Jesus went to hell and came back. You can read the whole story of that. A lot of stuff. I don't know where my book is. I have no idea where my book is. It's gone. Where are you? Oh, there it is, right in my face. Oh, I might want to open that, huh? So this book right here, this book right here, okay. This book right here, yeah, the book of Nicodemus is in here. You can read it. Look, right there. And it's a long book because it goes all the way to 90. This is the story of Mary's birth. This is the story of Jesus's birth, two different Thomas's gospel and then a different one. So you can read about what happened to Jesus when he was a kid. There's letters in here that Jesus wrote to people. You can read about that, and they wrote him back. So yeah, because they lived full lives. I know you didn't think that was all that was in the Bible, did you? The gospel according to Peter. And the Bible mentions the book of Nicodemus. Please screenshot, y'all. Y'all got it. If you're new here, keep your screenshot fingers ready. Anytime I hold up a book, because I'm going to be honest, I'll be holding up so many I don't go back. Or you have to go watch in the rewatch, the replay to get them. So anytime I hold up a book, go on and just screenshot it just in case. Because it ain't that I'm being mean, but I hold up a lot of books a day, and it gets to be people would just keep asking me to go back because they're not paying attention. Not saying that you aren't, but they do it. Yes. So now to what I wanted to talk to y'all about. Wait a minute. Can y'all give me like 2 minutes? Y'all know what I gotta go do. I didn't get no medicine. Let me go grab my meds real quick. I'll be right back. Cause it's been almost 2 hours. We working on it. Just give me a second. Let me go and get take back up. We're gonna take an intermission before I get on this other one. Now, who got this book? Cause this is what you about to need if you got it. Yeah, y'all know I got to go on and get my meds in real quick. It's been about 2 hours. Let me go on and handle that real quick. So we gonna be in the Cabra and the Gas. It's the book we about to be in here shortly. My old eyes can't see good. Oh, okay. We're going to be in the Cabra and the Gas talking about Menelik, the Queen of Sheba, and Solomon. You wish you was my neighbor. You would be reading. Boy, I don't let nobody in here. It's only the person that helped me move the shelf, the movers to move my books, and maybe 3 other people. My son, my daughter. Well, I say about 6 now. It's only been about 7 people in here. But see, I'm sharing with you all the books so you can download them, Stephen. I don't let nobody in here. Oh, hell no. They be snuck. Couldn't you see it? Look, they be like, yep, I need this one. She ain't gonna miss this. She got enough of them. She ain't even gonna miss it. Girl, I got to go. I thought I was gonna stay a little bit longer. I'm gonna go on and get out of here. I ain't got nothing. Girl, this is just my jacket. You know, it's 70 degrees outside, but I'm a little chilling. I had a little bag full of my stuff. I'm getting some fingerprint locks for these doors. And because I might be moving. I don't know if I'm going to move because I need more space. Because I need a bigger office. And I'm not trading out my room because I have a California king bed. So I might be moving in the next 2 months. I don't know. I might have to get me a house. Because y'all going to keep on sending books and stuff. I already know that. And trinkets and everything else. And in a minute, I'm going to be on hoarders in this room. And I don't want y'all calling hoarders on me. So I'll probably be moving shortly, try to give me something that just has a bigger, it's still 2 bedroom or whatever, but something that got a bigger space because this thing goes wall to wall and it's full. I got books on the floor and books in my room. We ain't got no space in here. We do not have no space and I can't be tripping over my books and stuff. It's books and books and books and books and books. So I might be moving. I don't know. We're going to see. If not, then I'm going to have to build. I'm not going to take this down because people are used to seeing this. I'm just gonna build another shelf over here, a big one that go up to the ceiling. Yes, y'all gonna be in call hoarders on me in a minute. And y'all the ones that did it. Give me a minute. Let me go get my meds in. Give me a second. I got to watch y'all. Y'all might be trying to get the people so y'all can come get my stuff. Mm-mm. Might be trying to get my stuff. All right, y'all. We getting ready to get through this last little class. Part of class, then I'm gonna go eat. Sorry about that, family. Y'all know I be having to go get my meds together because This be a lot. The Lord gave me focus factor, and I'm so grateful to him for it. So grateful. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna read to y'all what I found. And I've read the Cabernet Gas, but like I said, years and years and years ago. So it's cool because a lot of stuff be fresh now because I got so much information that puts the pieces together even better. That's why I say read now. Don't try to lock it in as the only answer because God is gonna take you deeper. And so that's why I be like, don't say, oh yeah, no, this is the only way because it'd be more information. Have y'all not been able to see that? It'd be more information every time. So we go, we learn one thing, then we find out 10 more things about the one thing that lead us down a whole nother rabbit hole. And it just gets deep. Who's starting to see how big God really, really is? Hey, who's starting to see how big God really is? I wanted to show y'all this. Y'all see the date on that? 4 years ago. Y'all see, this is what I put my blood oil in. A Southern Comfort bottle. Yeah, I see that 2019. I used to keep it in a regular bottle, but this is what my blood oil is in right now. And I did it that day. That's the day it showed. Probably. Well, I might have had a little bit before that. Mm-hmm. That's what my blood oil is in. Who knew? I showed some of y'all. Look what else. For those of y'all that thought I'd be able to, you see that? That say May 2020. What is it? There go my big dehydrator. I already have my other ones. And y'all see them big old bags of flour in the back? Them 25-pound bags of flour back there? Y'all see the date on there, May 20th, 2020. This is when God told me famine was coming. Remember I told y'all like May 9th he had told me? And that's when I really started, because this dehydrates 10 pounds of food at a time. And then I got my 4 other ones to do fruits and stuff. But this is what I was doing, my meat, onions, potatoes. I was doing all that in here. And y'all see the date. Revisit this moment from May 20, 2020. So for the folks that be like, she be, no, this is real around here for me. Been on this. I don't know the name of it, honey. It's just look up 10 tray dehydrator. I got it from Target. Yes, I got rice. Of course, I got buckets and buckets of rice. Buckets of rice and beans. It just depends on, you have to look at your guide, and it depends on, everything is not the same amount of time. So you would have to go online and look up what you're trying to dehydrate and how long it lasts. But you get those oxygen absorbers, and it helps a lot with the length of time, Mylar bags and stuff. So you would have to do your research on what you're trying to dehydrate because it's not the same for everything. You're welcome. All right, let's get to this. So I'm just gonna read to y'all. Y'all don't need no book or nothing. Unless you want to have one and you have this, then that's fine. But I'm just gonna read to y'all what I found, and I just want to see if it make your spidey senses tingle a little bit. Oh, excuse me. To my new people, Food Lines give out rices and bags of rice and beans all day long. Peanut butter too. And if you haven't studied the African culture, they use peanut butter as a supplement for like sauces and stuff. A lot of other people do too, Asians and stuff. So I'd be checking into that if I were you. Make your sauce stick when you ain't got certain stuff. Okay. So, you better let your pride get to the side and go on and get you some free rice and beans. And they give out bags and bags of pasta, things like that. So that stuff can supplement so that you can go and spend money on your dehydrated vegetables and whatnot. You can get that free. And all you got to do is pop your trunk and pull around the line. You better do it. Canned fish and meat too. Yep. And what you won't eat, you wouldn't even think about eating right now, your belly get hungry enough, baby. It'll be the best thing you ever had. Yep. You said gravy in there, peanut butter in their gravy. Yep. You have to go to like a food pantry. You can call the churches. A lot of churches have food pantries. You don't even got to go get out of your car. You don't have to fill out a whole bunch of information. I think you give them your name and your ID. and they give you a little paper and just ask how many people is in your family or whatever. They put it, and you don't got to keep everything if you don't want to. But if they're giving away 30 pounds of vegetables for free, even if some of them might be going bad or whatever, you take those and put them in your compost heap. Okay, you can take the vegetables that you think is gonna go bad very quickly and either eat those or put them in your compost heap. And the ones that's good, you take them and dehydrate them and put them up for later. Right. Okay. United Way can give you a list of food banks. 211. Oh, 211. Thank you. Just hit them up yesterday. Come on. Hold on, Dave, because you know where you at. My babies is at. Hold on. Let me see. Just hit up to get Community Compass app. Okay. Let me. Yep. I need to send that to my daughters. Thank you, Dave. Oh, and for our newbies, I don't know if you know this. If you want to start trying to grow your own vegetables, there's seed libraries in every city. You can go and get up to 50 packs, depending on some states only give out 5. Some states give up to 50. It's free as long as you have a library card. Okay, so if you have a library card, you can go to the library and get up to like 50 packs of seeds, depending on your state. So get online and look, and you can start growing lettuce. Lettuce is something that can grow in your house. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different herbs and stuff you can grow right in your house. Where if it ain't no dried herbs, which is our seasonings, you can have fresh herbs. You've been hitting them up left and right. Good job, Peace Be Still. That makes me very excited. Put your pride to the side when you think about your baby starving or your mama not having nothing to eat or your granny not, you know what I'm saying? It changed your whole perspective on trying to live above your means and be like, no, I don't need that. I need to be putting that money over here. No, I probably need to go on and be trying to. And you can regrow some veggies. And if you haven't noticed, I paid attention since all this stuff is going. They starting to cut the ends off the lettuce. Y'all notice that? That's why they putting it in them clear packages now because they cutting the ends off of it so we can't regrow it. Walmart Garden Shop has a veggie starter plants for $2. Oh, okay, thank you. I have to go up there. Internet is acting crazy. Okay, Miss Lucille, we'll see you later. They've been getting kicked out of here too. They own their stuff, the peoples. They're already talking about NYC is thinking about being gonna be underwater. Oh, yes, they cutting the ends off the lettuce. Yes, they are. They figured out folks was regrowing it and not buying it, so now they've been giving it to us without the bottoms on it. I paid attention to that recently. I said, "Oh, ain't that some?" Farmers markets take EBT. Save your banana peels to help the soil from your home garden. Thank you. Save your banana peels. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me read this and then I'm going to go, y'all. I just want to, that's right. I just want to read to y'all, so we're going to have story time. Y'all ready for story time? Y'all want some story time and then I'm going to go. Okay, I need to get a new. Yeah, I got a ton of these around the house, but they just be everywhere. So yes, I believe in using stuff to the last drop. So there's that. I'm not wasting nothing. Cause I remember a time when I didn't even have money to get no lip gloss. So I ain't throwing away. If it's some in here, I'm gonna roll it out. And is. And don't care if you don't like it. God taught me not to waste, honey. If there's lack in certain areas of your life, look at how if you value it as a lot or not. Because if you be like, oh, that ain't nothing, then God won't keep giving it to you. Everything is something to me. Thank you. Yeah, you said, oh, we know. Yep, I don't waste no more. I used to waste a lot. And when you waste, God makes it to where you don't have a lot of stuff. Because he said, oh, you don't value it. It's just like your kid. If you buy them a $600 game system and it's outside, it's in the rain, and ain't picking it up, then they don't value it, so you won't be doing that again. God does the same thing with you. You don't value your job, you don't have to have one. You don't value your car and you use it to make people feel bad, you don't have to have it. You use your big house to stun on folks? Well, he'll take it away. Because he gave you everything you have to help others and show them that he is the Kebra gas. The Kebra gas. You don't need a book. I'm just gonna read something I found to y'all. I mean, if you want to go get it, that's fine. But you ain't gotta read along. We just gonna do story time, you know. But yeah, so if there's some things that keep going away, look at how you value it. Look at how you treat it. Because if you don't treat it right, oh, he's gonna take it away. Well, don't throw it out no more. Take it and put it in get you a compost heap and reuse it to fertilize what you're gonna grow next year. That's a way not to wait, even if it do go bad, unless it's meat. Have y'all seen the biogas things? One plate of food to get you 8 hours of biogas, propane. Y'all seen them? You put water in there, and that's it. And then you just dump your food, your raw eggshells, your milk, your yogurt, and it makes methane gas for you to power your house. Y'all seen them? Today will be a good day to look into it. It's Prime Day. Have y'all seen them? They make methane gas for you to cook and heat. Like if you got a gas stove and everything. Oh, yeah. Army uses those. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they're here. I told my brother about it years and years and years ago. Because he had a big farm, like not a farm, but he had a lot of land. I'm like, shoot, you talking about a gas bill? You need to y'all can scrap. One plate of scraps can give you 8 hours of cooking gas and heating gas. So for those of you that own your home, if you got like a gas stove or even our little propane grills and stuff, it'll cause fire to come up out of that. It might be called biogas or something like that. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know the exact names of stuff. That's why I kind of say it the way I do, but I'm dropping seeds. So you go look. I love y'all. You can type just those words in and it's gonna come up. Just food, whatever. I don't know exactly what it's called, but come on. Y'all know. I'm dropping seeds. I can't remember everything. All the scriptures and all of this. I give y'all the seeds. Y'all go look it. You water it. I love y'all. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all about it because it came to my mind. I don't know exactly what it's called. Mm. Okay, that's right. Seeking you shall find. But I'm saying if you own a house or a townhouse and you can have like certain things, Google be knowing what you're looking for because they listening and it's gonna pop up right after this class. Don't even trip. Okay, so let me read this because I gotta go eat. So I'm reading about how Solomon gave commandments to the Queen of Sheba. Y'all ready? You got your listening ears on. You ain't gotta have no pencil or paper. I mean, unless you want to take notes. Y'all listening? Because it's gonna be a lot of reading. Y'all ready? Because we about to hit 2 hours in about 15 seconds. So I'm about to get off here. Okay. All right. So it says, and the king answered and said unto her, verily, it is right that they, men, should worship God who created the universe, the heavens, and the earth, the sea and the dry land, the sun and the moon and the stars and the brilliant bodies of the heavens, the heavenly bodies. I just want to say this to y'all. The more and more I've been thinking that has been on my mind, and you know, they said when they amplified and looked at the stars, it looks like a human, like the shape of a body. The heavenly bodies. When they go up with that magnifying glass, it looks like it's a body radiating that light. You mean how the angels come down? Yes, Kenya. You can go look it up. It's all over the internet. So now when I think about heavenly bodies, we were taught that the planets, now Because it says that the angels fell from like lightning, and then they also fell like stars from heaven or whatever. So I'm just about to say, like, the heavenly bodies is actual bodies. Because remember, whenever an angel came to a person, the way they make it seem, they couldn't see, but it was a body, but it was so much light radiating out of the body that they were scared. And what do the people go to Hollywood to be? A shining what? Or a rising what? Matter of fact, when they come, oh my God! Give me a. Just hold on. There's something. It's coming. I'm just gonna. Lord. Uh, Let me make sure. Yeah, I wasn't crazy. I knew I had seen this somewhere before. American Idol. If you go look up the American Idol, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the brightness come, it's a, and they come up in this. I just want y'all to go. When you get time, go look up American Idol introduction. NBA superstar. Come on. Everything that got to do with stars. That just made my heart beat fast. Because I'm like, wait a minute. If you think about how they radiate, where have we seen this at? When stars come out, you can't see around them. Like, it's like you see a shadow of them, but the light is radiating them. Like Beyonce, everybody. They body be dark, and a lot of times they head be down, but you can see the light emanating from them and then they walk out, and you see it's a body, and that's when the fireworks start or whatever it is. Okay, we're just gonna keep going here. You just watched it. Do you see it? Do you see all the symbolism in there? And God said we're not supposed to have idols, and then He had y'all voting on which idol y'all wanted, and God said y'all idolaters, idolaters. You worship idols, and everybody was glued to American Idol every evening, saints included. And my idol is the idol I choose for me is giving your money to the idols too to text. Text the name of your idol, and for the small fee of 99 cents, you was paying your idols. See how they snuck that in on you. Who's your favorite idol? What idol do you want to see make it to the next round of battles? You said my toes just fell off. Me too. I was Fantasia crazy as well. And Ruben Sutter. Uh-huh. And the white dude with the hair. His name started with a C. I can't think of it. Huh. Clay. Yep. He's one of my buddies as well. Hmm. Ain't that crazy? Look at us. We was all idolaters and didn't even know it. We got to repent for the sins we knew we did and the ones we didn't, like watching that and having the nerve to choose an idol. What's easy do? And the Christians, the saints of God, loved American Idol, didn't they? They had viewings at the church. We gonna go on now. And don't try to say, oh, I didn't watch it, but I watched America's Best, same thing. Or Sunday's Best. It's the Christian version of idolatry. Oh, I don't go to the BET Awards. Well, the Gospel Awards ain't no different. Ain't they getting a statue, an idol in their hand that they put up and they worship it because they won? Or no? Yes, it. It's going up on the same kind of shelf that the other stars put theirs on, and they want to be recognized for being the best. I'm just, I'm gonna keep reading here. Okay, okay, I'm gonna just keep reading. Okay, we got off of that, all from Brilliant Bodies. You see how that works? We just read Brilliant Bodies and talked about the stars, and look what we did. You see there? The world is not ready for this conversation, and that's why they be blocking me. You saying throw the whole life away? Now y'all see why it's not all these people talking about they going to heaven. Well, the Lord said there ain't gonna be a lot of people in there. So why y'all keep putting everybody in heaven? Because God said it's a few. Mm, okay, I'm just want to know. Okay, so moving on. All right, it says the stars and the moon and the brilliant bodies of the heaven, the trees and the stones, the beasts and the feathered fowl, the wild beasts and the crocodiles, the fish and the whales, the hippopotamuses and the water lizards, the lightnings and the crashes of thunder, the clouds and the clouds. Wait a minute. And the crashes of thunder, the clouds and the thunders, and the good and the evil. It is meet that him alone should worship in fear and in trembling, with joy and with gladness. This is Solomon talking, y'all. For he is the Lord of the universe, the creator of angels and men. And you see, he listed them in the order that they were created. Did y'all see that? Solomon listed in the angels in the order that they were created, the angels and then the men, because the angels were created before us. That's why Lucifer wouldn't bow. He said, I was created before him in creation, so no, I'm not bound to him. He came after me. I'm created from the heavens, and he's created from dirt. No. I'm made out of rubies and diamonds and everything amazing, and he's made out of dirt, clay. It says you can read how the wandering stars, FY Jude. Okay. Thank you. We'll look into it. Mm-hmm. Jude. Thank you. Okay. So look, here we go. It says, and it is he who killeth and maketh to live. It is he who inflicteth punishment and showeth compassion, who raises up from the ground him that is in misery, who exalteth the poor from the dust, who maketh to be sorrowful and who to rejoice. He who raises up. So he just talks about all these different things. We're just going to skip down here. And it says, unto him it is meet that there should be praise and thanksgiving from angels and men. And as concerning what thou sayest, that he hath given unto you the tabernacle of the law, verily there hath been given unto us the tabernacle of the God of Israel, which has been created before all creations by his glorious counsel. And he hath made to come down to us his commandments done in writing, so that we may know his decree and the judgment that he hath ordained in the mountain of his holiness. And the queen said, this is the Queen of Sheba. Who knows that he's talking to the Queen of Sheba right now? Because she's asking him questions and he gives her answers. This is where we at. Y'all ready? So now the Queen of Sheba is about to talk. Y'all listening? Y'all ready? Okay. She said, from this moment, I will not worship the sun, but will worship the creator of the sun, the God of Israel. This is the Queen of Sheba, the Queen of Ethiopia. The Queen of Ethiopia saying, I will no longer worship the sun, I will worship the creator of the sun. Which is telling me what? That the Ethiopians, the Ethiops, used to practice sun worship as well. But when I showed that video, when I first went viral or whatever, and I said, this is an Ethiopian priest, and they said it's not. I said, well, it is. And there was Egyptian priests who worshiped the God of Israel as well. That's why we have the gospel of the Egyptians. Okay. So let's keep going. After the Queen of Sheba, Candace, she has a couple of different names. After the Queen of Sheba sat with Solomon, the wisest man on the planet then and now. Okay. You hear me? Now she said, I ain't gonna worship. I'm not gonna worship. I'm not gonna worship the sun. I'm gonna worship the person that made the sun. Okay? So look, and the tabernacle of the God of Israel shall be unto me, my lady, and unto me, unto my seed after me. This is Nipsey Hussle's great grandma. Nipsey Hussle. This is Nipsey Hussle's. Nipsey Hussle's great times whatever grandma talking to Solomon. Who knew? Yours too? Okay. Yes. Tone. Yes. The Solomonic dynasty and the Ethiopians came out of Solomon and Sheba. Their son was Menelik. Yes. We reading about Nipsey Hussle, great grandmama from a long time ago. Yes, that's who we reading about right now, Nipsey Hussle. And what's his name? Selassie? Haile Selassie? Yes. The Lion of Judah. I'm about to bust your head. Come on with it. Told y'all this was gonna be a good story time. Come on in. Come on. He used to come to your barbecues here in California. I believe it's on. I just know you was connected to all the folks. Okay, so that's right. All right, here we go. So this the queen talking. And she said, and that tabernacle of God of Israel shall be unto me, my lady, and unto my seed after me, and unto all my kingdoms that are under my dominion. And because I have found favor before thee and before the God of Israel, my creator, who hath brought me unto thee, and hath made me to hear thy voice, and hath shown me thy face, and hath made me to understand thy commandment. And then she returned to her house. And the queen used to go to Solomon and return continually. He was getting there. He's back out. You hear me? Hold on. And hearken unto his wisdom and keep it in her heart. And Solomon, now listen. Oh, for real, it was going down, Rika. And so I'm about to show you. I'm about to tell you about it. Okay, so look. He can speak all the languages and everything. He probably was speaking to her. And boy, listen, let me find me a Solomon around here. How many languages you speak, sir? Can you tell me you love me in 47 different languages? Why would he knew all the African? Listen here, give me a wise man. He can keep these stuff. Give me somebody that got something right here. Shoot, listen here. I could just imagine this why he has so many hoes right here. This why, cause yeah. Moving on. You can speak three. You listen, huh? Shoot. Come on now. Solomon Licious, come on, honey, listen. Woo-wee, you just made a Friday Texas Stadium. You hear me? So look here. See, the Bible, Solomon is the one that wrote all the freaky tales in the Bible. All the freaky tales, all them poems about, girl, I'm about to lick on your peaks and go to your valley low. I said, why is he preaching this across the pulpit? This should be in 2 short videos. Why is this in the Bible? And why is we reading this across? Lord, let me go home because I know exactly what they're saying and they just preaching this all out. Solomon was a freak, and you can go read it for yourself. It's right there in your book. Her body was driving my senses insane. Her firm peaks. Y'all better listen. Oh, y'all don't do poetry. Y'all don't read like that. Rappers, go on and hit up Solomon stuff in the Bible, bro. You gonna have some good stuff. You about my love making people. Y'all sing all those serenades and stuff. You ain't got nothing on Solomon. Listen here. I'm telling you what I know. Telling you what I know. He was wise in everything. What you just said. All of it. Everything. He had all the... God, please help me. Listen here. Listen. See, y'all... We just gonna move on. The queen found out. She was the queen of Sheba. Why she keep running back to this man staying over there at his house? It was a long time to get her over there. Come on. Come on. Listen here. Well, what you just said. Okay, I'm gonna just keep reading. Okay. It said, And the queen used to go to Solomon and return continually. I know about that girl. And hearken unto his wisdom and keep it in her heart. And Solomon used to go and visit her. I bet he did. Mind you, we gonna move on. Okay, come on. And answer all the questions which she put to him. And the queen used to visit him and ask him questions, and he informed her concerning every matter. So guess what, men? Funny, y'all don't never want to answer no questions. But a man that wants to captivate a woman is going to answer every question she have truthfully. Because he wants all of her wholly and not deceitfully getting to her. He's a wise man, wasn't he? She didn't have to beg for no answers because he was coming to her to give her the truth. That's why he had all them hoes and they was his stable stayed, but nobody going nowhere. He ain't got all of me. I know he be with Tisha on Tuesdays. That's okay because my date is next Thursday, baby, and I'm waiting. You don't believe me? We about to read about it. Here we go. Lying don't get you nowhere but busted. Moving on. He was a real... He didn't have to lie. His stable stayed true. They go sit down and eat dinner together, baby. And I done met some like that, honey. They don't gotta wait. Hey, you ain't got to. You ain't gotta lie when you stuff right. You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie when you put your stuff there right. You ain't got to lie. You do not have to lie. You can tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and they gonna stay. Moving on. All right, here we go. So, let me see. Okay, so it says she went visit him, he went visit her. They was constantly going back to each other. He'll go over there, she'll go over there, he'll go over there, she'll go over there. So they were standing out at each other's places often. Mind you, she lived in Ethiopia and he was in Jerusalem. You can get a map and do the math for yourself how far that took him. But now we know why he had flying carpets, because he had to hurry up and get over there. He had Ubers back then. He said, "No, I ain't got 2 weeks to travel all over. Let me get." Now y'all saw how they see it, and I'm sure he gave her one. Yeah, Jasmine and Akbar could be the Queen of Sheba and hmm He said, "I'm not gonna wait for this. Let me get my yeah. No, not the green one, because that one go kind of slow. Go on and get my red flying carpet, because she then wrote me a letter, said she need to talk to me about something. I gotta go. Stop all my affairs. Yeah, I gotta go, buddy. Duty calls. Listen here. And they had Pegasus. They did. They had the flying horse in Persia when he was about that time. You sure said it right here. Didn't they? They did have flying horses. So he could have rode that. You right. And did. Hold on. Y'all know this real little. Which freaking? No. Ah, here it is. No, that's not it either. I guess I could go to the front, but these words is real little, so just give me a second. It's a flying horse story in the Thousand Nights. It's in here somewhere. Y'all know these stories is long as heck too. Let me go to the dang table of contents and quit being lazy. I thought I had it marked, but they got 1,000 books in here. These stories is long and the names is long too. Hold on. Look at all these books in here. Well, anyway, I don't know what page it's on. It's in here. I thought I had, well, maybe this is it. And I'm just being lazy. No. Oh, yep, it is. Just as lazy. Look, okay, so in this book, it don't even, 464. See? The story of the magic horse. And it flies. And this was in ancient Persia, ancient Arabia, Thousand Nights. They got some names that you can look up in here too. And when I tell you these stories is long, y'all thought black people's stories be long. Arabian stories is long. And the names is long too. This is a hard read. I don't care what nobody say it is. Ah! These is black folks. I don't care what nobody say. He got 15 names. Yes, these is niggas. I don't care what you say. Them is niggas, honey. They is. They show it. Go look at them names in their book. They is niggas. Sheree, Montre, Yawana, Marie, Tatiana, Jones. No. Black folks give their kids 17 names in Africa still and in the United States of America. I know, because one of my kids got a lot, and now several of my grandkids have that same amount. I said, oh, hell. Yep. Yep. And it's been started with my grandkids now. The first two grandkids I have very long names. Yes, baby. And only one of my kids has that, but now my first grandchildren both have stupid long names. You said guilty. That's because your people still do it now to this day. It's a thing. Yep. Yep. Yeah, my nephew's got that's about what is running for my grandkids, baby girl. Hmm. You said guilty of all three. Well, it's just in your lineage. It's just in your lineage. Right. It's in your lineage. That's where you get it from your great grandmas. Ain't that funny how stuff don't change? And you be like, what's your name? Well, I just go by. When you hear a person say, I just go by, that mean their mama was naming that baby after everybody they knew. Because she got 4 godmamas and they all wanted their name in there. And then my granny, I had to put her name in there. And so, girl, we just call her Tutu. Just call her Tutu. Just call her Tutu. That's what you can call her. Just call her Tutu. I just go by Tierra. Exactly. Just call her Tutu. That's all. The Arabians from Abraham and Keturah's children. Exactly. Nanos. Exactly. Exactly, Michi. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You see how this all worked out? Okay, so moving on. All right. So it says, and the queen used to go to Solomon and return continually and hearken unto his wisdom and keep it in her heart. And Solomon used to go and visit her and answer all the questions which she put to him. And the queen used to visit him. Well, we didn't say it all. Saw this in the first 3 sentences. Y'all gonna keep on repeating it. So they was letting us know they was getting it in often. All right. And answer all the questions which she put to him. And the queen used to visit him and ask him questions. And he informed her concerning every matter that she wished to inquire about. And after she had dwelt there 6 months, the queen wished to return. 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. And after she had dwelt there 6 months, the queen wished to return to her own country and sent a message to Solomon saying, I desire greatly to dwell with thee, but now for the sake of all my people, I wish to return to my own country. And as for that which I have heard, may God make it bear fruit in my heart and in the hearts of all those who have heard it with me. For the ear could never be filled with hearing thy wisdom, and the eye could never be filled with the sight of the same. And now it was not only the queen who came to hear. Now, this is where y'all hear about to get buzzed. Now it was not only the queen who came to hear the wisdom of Solomon, but very many used to come from the cities and the countries, both from near and far. Oh, I'm sorry, from near and from far. For in those days there was no man found to be like unto him for wisdom. And it was not only the human beings who came to him, but the wild animals and birds used to come to him and hearken unto his voice and hold converse with him. Who remembers that Solomon was an animal whisperer and he could talk to animals and he could understand what they were saying? Who remembers we talked about this? He was the first dog whisperer, animal whisperer, and he was the first Lord of the Rings, the original Dr. Doolittle. You said like Dr. Doolittle. Here we go. I told y'all they be stealing. Disney just steals all the biblical stuff and makes it mythology, fairy tales. But it's so real. And so then when they say people, I know a little kid that can talk to animals and he can understand them. right now. And he's autistic. But he can tell you everything that dog say. Because that dog did not, he used to do stuff on purpose. And he said, he says he's just messing with you. And the dog would look at me and roll his eyes. He was like, he doesn't want you doing something. And then the dog would look at me telepathically. He talks to this dog, and this baby's about 15 now, probably. And he's supposedly severely autistic or whatever. He can remember every rap song, R&B song, every song, the person that wrote it, the birth date, what city they were born in, from the 60s until now. And at that time, he was only 12. The dog used to come and drool on my stuff and do stuff. And I knew that dog was mad because I'm not an animal person, y'all. Sorry, animal lovers. I'm not an animal person. You can't force me to be. Everybody ain't everything. And I'm not an animal person. So this dog used to do, he would come, I'd be laying on the couch, and he'll fart in my face and walk off and turn around. And the little boy would be like, he did that on purpose. He says he does in such and such and such and such. I don't give a damn. Keep this dog away from me. And mind y'all, this dog was almost 200 pounds. It's like 180 pounds, a pit bull, a big one where his head was bigger than mine. When he yawned, his yawn is bigger than my face. So yes, I believe it because he used to be telling me things that I thought this dog was doing, and then he could come out of the back room, ain't seen nothing, and say, "Don't do that. You know that's wrong. Why did you do that?" Da, 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 da. He don't even know. Like the dog just told him what he did and rolled over. He'll snuff his nose. Y'all keep y'all animals. No parts of it. Because that dog knew. Listen. Anyway, this is how I know these abilities is real. Because I met a boy that does it. And he's supposed to be severely autistic or whatever. But something's going on there. Yes. Okay. So here we go. So not only could he talk to the now, can I ask you a question? Would a fawn be considered a beast of the field? Would a minotaur be considered a beast of the field? So maybe this is how some of the animals, because didn't they go to the wise men to talk for the other animals that couldn't? Because they were half human, half angelic, half magical being, and they could speak human. And didn't we see this in Narnia? Ain't this what we saw in Narnia? Oh. Go back and watch it. I don't care how many times. Now you're gonna see something different. Son of Adam. Didn't they call the kids the sons of and daughters of Adam? And there was a portal through a door, through the wardrobe. Didn't we just study about portals this morning and kids and doors and them opening doors and going in and out and being in a spiritual place and coming right back, and it's like they ain't been gone for 5 minutes and they be trying to tell you these wild and crazy stories about how they done went out and went into a spiritual place and you don't believe none of it. Mommy, when I was in the closet, I saw a magic land. No, you didn't. Get out of the closet. But did they? Now that we know that doors and doorways and archways are portals, what did they see? Seeing as how they telling them about all the magic and how to make Solomon's ring and whatnot. A wizard staff. Now, let me ask you a question to the people that have been here for a while. Why is the wizard staff so important? Oh, I found it. The Wizard's Familiars. I was telling you about that. They teach your babies how to call familiar spirits to your house. Your mom used to find you asleep in a closet. Mine used to be under my bed. But I hated I would not sit in no closet in the dark. Okay, here we go. Why does it, don't that say Solomon's magical ring? Solomon's magical ring? The wisest man on the earth. That had just as much good about, knew just as much good about the evil as he did the good. And they teach your kid how to make one? The staff from Adam from the tree of the garden. Come on, Bluehead girl, start on your paper. Adam had one, yes. The first staff or magical stick was Adam's. And every time we see a wizard, what do they got? A wood piece with a jewel or something on the top of it. But who added the jewels? The fallen angels. The fallen angels did. The fallen angels added the jewels, the charms, the amulets, the talisman, the necklaces. Remember, they taught men to make bracelets, charms, necklaces, jewelry. And then they taught them the enchantment. No, excuse me. They taught them the enchantments first. They taught them the witchcraft to enchant the necklaces and the amulets. They taught them the magic first. Then they taught them how to extract metal out of the rock to make the amulets, the gold bracelets, the gold, because the men didn't know how to do that at first. And then they taught them that, and then they taught them how to enchant the necklaces and the rings with the stones out of the earth. That kind. The amethysts and the diamonds and the rubies and the emeralds and the beryls and that all the way down, onyx and whatnot. Okay. Thank you so much. So they're teaching our children how to make enchanted jewelry. They know kids have faith that it's going to move stuff. Jade, like you said, Jade, right? Jade and some others, okay? We know Solomon was a wise, so much so that that beast of the field. Now you understand why the beast of the field, when it talks about not lying with the beast of the field in the Bible, with all of that, it's not just bestiality. No, there were hybrid beings. And if you look at your Egyptian history and any other history in the ancients, you will see a human person standing with a humanoid being, half animal, half something else. And they're holding hands. You can tell that they're a couple. This is why God talked about them not going into the other nations and laying with their women, because some of their women were not completely human. And now that we know that mermaids and different beings can change themselves from a humanoid being to looking like a complete human and then back, where are some of these genetic disorders coming from that people are thinking they are mating with regular humans, and who are they still mating with? Because if it's still not happening, why is the genetic disorder still showing up? Why are six-fingered people still being born? Why are people with webbed hands still being born and webbed feet still being born? Come on. Why are people with subcutaneous horns and vestigial tails still being born? They call your hands webbed. Here we go. We got other people here with webbed hands, webbed feet, two uteruses, the whole nine. Folks that was born intersex, and we know where that came from. Two of the fallen angels' children, Hermes and Aphrodite. Their line of children were intersex. Well, one line of their children were intersex. Rose, so your neighbor has horns. Yep. Yep. Okay. So let's go back because I'm supposed to be in gone today. All right. So it says the queen that went over there, she said, I'm going to go worship your God now, not the God of the sun. We know now that the birds could come, the animals and stuff could come and talk to Solomon, like harpies probably. And he could talk to them. And they returned to their countries. Every one of them was astonished at his wisdom and marveled at what he had just seen and heard. And when the queen sent her message to Solomon, saying that she was about to depart to her own country, he pondered in his heart and said, a woman of such splendid beauty have come to me from the ends of the earth. What do I know? Will God give me seed in her? In the Queen of Sheba. Now, as it is said in the book of Kings, Solomon the king was a lover of women, and he married wives of the Hebrews and the Egyptians and the Canaanites and the Edomites and the Moabites and some whole bunch of other people and the people from Damascus and the people from Syria and women who were reported to be beautiful. And he had 400 queens and 600 concubines. Now, this which he had did was not for the sake of fornication, but as a result of the wise intent that God had given unto him, and his remembering what God had said unto Abraham. I will make thy seed like the stars of heaven for number, and like the sand of the sea. And Solomon said in his heart, what do I know? Peradventure God will give me men children from each of these women. Therefore, when he did thus, he acted wisely, saying, my children shall inherit the cities of the enemy and shall destroy those who worship idols. Now, these early peoples lived under the law of the flesh, for the grace of the Holy Spirit had not been given unto them. And to those who lived after Christ, it was given to live with one woman under the law of marriage. And the apostles laid down for them an ordinance saying, all those who have received his flesh and his blood are brethren. Their mother is the church and their father is God. And they cry out with Christ, whom they have received, saying, our Father who art in heaven. And as concerning Solomon, no law had been laid down for him in respect of women, and no blame can be imputed to him in his respect of marrying many wives. But for those who believe the law, and the command has been given that they shall not marry many wives, even as Paul saith, those who marry many wives seek their own punishment. He who marrieth one wife have no sin. And the law restraineth us from the sister-in-law in respect of the bearing of children. The apostles speak concerning it in the book of Counsels. Who knew that it was a book called the Book of Counsels? That's not in our KJV. That was written by some of the apostles. It's a whole bunch of books that we don't have access to. You knew, good job. If you heard it, it was when you were a kid. Okay. But it's a lot of books mentioned in your KJV that's right there, and in the passages skip over it. But that's how we found Jasher and Enoch and Paul and Thecla looking up Onesiphorus' name out of the New Testament. Leads you right to the book of Paul and Thecla, so you can find out what happened and who Onesiphorus was, and a whole story about Paul and them that you didn't even know was around. Who's read Paul and Thecla? And you know that Onesiphorus that's mentioned in the New Testament, that's how I found Paul and Thecla, was because I looked at the word Onesiphorus, and when I got online, it literally said the book of Paul and Thecla. I said, now why ain't this in the KJV? If you go look up the one sip Horace, but put it all together, it's gonna bring up the book of Paul and Thecla. A whole nother story about Paul that is not listed in our Bible. But in the Bible, it says that he loved Paul, Onesiphorus, and gave him money. Well, the word Onesiphorus means money bringer, profit bringer. One sip Horace, if you look it up. Okay. So with that, now that we know that prior to the law of Jesus, God was populating the earth. Before Jesus came, he was populating the earth. After Jesus came, you didn't need a whole bunch of wives. You only needed one. Because they were still making these races of people. Now, going back to that, he went into the queen and had a son, Menelik. The Menelik dynasty is Solomon and the Queen of Sheba's son, which is who started the Ethiopian ministry of the tribe of Judah being over in Ethiopia. That's how the tribe of Judah got over there in Ethiopia, and that's why Ethiopia is so rich. Because Solomon was sending money over there for his boy. She brought him, even in the Bible, it tells us that what the first time she came to visit Solomon, what she brought him, he gave her 4 times that to go home with it. And every time she came and brought him some, he gave her 4 times or more what it is that he knew he was going to get her knocked up. So he was providing for his boy before he got there. And then after, he made sure his boy was straight. This is why Ethiopia is so rich. They literally have the blessing of Solomon and the wisdom of Solomon. So when you go and you look up Ethiopia, now, wait a minute, hold on, let me ask you a question. What canon is recognized as the oldest canon? What biblical canon is recognized as the oldest? Who got the most books in the Bible? The Ethiopian Bible has the most books and it's recognized as the oldest canon. Wonder why? Maybe because the wisdom was given directly from Solomon to the Queen of Sheba and then to his son Menelik. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And their canon has the Book of Enoch. Come on now, because they got the goods. And then y'all was wondering why I wanted both of those Ethiopian Bibles, even though I can't read them, because Google is getting real good with this translator stuff. This is why I wanted all the Bibles from all of the countries. We got Chinese, because these people are the children of the people that we know to be Adam and Eve. They're descendants. So why are we not going and reading? It wasn't just Cain, Abel, and whoever. They had daughters. These are the populations of the earth. So when you say you just studied the Bible, but you ain't telling me about ancient other than what's listed there, you ain't went and looked outside of that. You can't even tell me the daughters. You've been a pastor for 30-something years, and you can't tell me none of Adam and Eve's daughters' names. Not one. But the Lord did reveal to you the deepest of the deep and the highest of the high. Really. He didn't tell you the daughters, and it's right there in front of your face. So you be lying and telling people that it was people's afar off. I've heard all kind of stories about how the earth was populated from pastors, and it's scary. When the information is right in the Book of Jubilees is in your regular library. These books be in your biblical history section at your library. A lot of them. They right there in your face. So instead of you taking yourself to the library to look up biblical history so you can see and not lie to the people, you'll just make it up. Or whatever you heard your pastors before you and your bishops before you say. And that's why God said he got something for the folks that don't want the truth. And that's what God said Hosea said he rejected them as y'all pastors because y'all don't want to learn. That's what he said. Yep, that's what he said. He rejected y'all. And that's why I'm not saying I was like, God, if you don't give it to me, I don't want it. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. I hope this was a good class. Hopefully your spidey senses is tingling. You know what I'm saying? And we did 3 at one time. I'm getting better. Instagram get to now. I know I gotta get used to seeing y'all over here. I think I'm gonna move this around a little bit, but I just want to try to see how it goes. So thank you. I hope y'all learned a lot. And you see it's so much deeper. The Bible is so much deeper than what they make you think. But if you just gonna keep on taking that microwave message, then you like McDonald's, eating human stuff and acting like you ain't. Moving on. And for those of you that are new, we even post these on YouTube. I mean Instagram. So now they're not only gonna be posted on whatever it is over here, YouTube, they're gonna be posted on Instagram too. The live. So you can we got over 600 videos on YouTube. Go under the live tab and there's 1,000 classes under there, dang near. We working up 600 and something. That's nuts. Even in that is crazy. That's a lot of talking and y'all don't be talking back to me. We do Zooms too. Every once in a while we used to do them a lot, but they take a lot of my energy. We did a Zoom last night. So love you, sir. Oh, I love you too, Pumpkin. I hope you have a good day too. You know I love you, bro. You said whatever, we are over here. But I'm saying, I couldn't remember. We got, because I've been calling this YouTube and this Instagram. Y'all know where we at. Y'all know where we at. Y'all know where we at. We on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We got a website, CERCATROVA22.com. We was going live there, but I don't need no more devices up here. None. It's too much. I be feeling like a ping pong ball trying to see everybody's stuff. Okay. Yes. Come on. Yep, I love y'all. So I talk back to you sometimes too, but it's okay. I'm saying y'all talk back, but y'all know what I mean. It's just, y'all, of course y'all talking, but y'all know what I'm saying. You're welcome, Michi. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Nikki. Everybody, I love y'all. Hopefully you got some spidey senses tingling, so y'all got some stuff to do. I don't know if we gonna have class tonight or not. I've been trying to not overwhelm myself. So, because I told y'all, I really need to get started on this website. I mean, not the website, our app. And I've been slacking. I ain't gonna lie, because there's a lot going on. But I really want to get that up and running so we can get, that might help with people knowing when we live. If we going to get our app on the Play Store and on the Apple Store. So, just give me a minute. I'm trying to get it together. There's a lot we got going on around here. It's called the Kerbernagast. Mama, I'm going to need you to start, because I be holding up the thing. You been here all most of the class. I'm going to need you to start paying attention. Because I don't know if you know, but CERCA don't like repeating stuff. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. So I ask people to pay attention if you can, while you can. And if not, you can just go back and watch the rewatch. Because I don't like repeating myself, because you won't be the only. Okay. Yes, it's all right. I got you. But that's why we do the rewatch. So you can just go back and look. Because it'll be 10 people ask me and I done said it, then I got to say it again. And it stops my thoughts sometimes. So that's why we have y'all just go and watch the rewatch. I love y'all. It's okay, Punky. I'm sorry. All right, I love y'all. You good, but some people don't know, so I tell people because if you don't know then you won't know. So I just yeah. Oh, you got 10 babies. Oh, never mind then. Okay, yeah, that's why you. Oh, okay, well then, forgive it. I didn't know you had 10 kids where you was at all. She was no wonder. That make perfect sense. Mm-hmm. That